Yo, what's happening, guys? It's GM Cody back again. I'm going to turn this mic up just a little bit. All right, there we go. Back again with another video tonight. I wanted to do this because I felt like I left a few things out. I did a video last night doing a demo of Tabletop Simulator. And I felt like I cheated you guys just a little bit. So I wanted to touch on some things. This is not going to be as long as the last video. I just wanted to show some more capabilities of Tabletop Simulator, and I'll definitely be doing more videos with Tabletop Simulator in the future, maybe some tutorials and stuff. It's actually been a while since I've used Tabletop Simulator, so I'm a little rusty, so I'd have to get myself back up to speed of using it, but I could definitely show you guys some tips and tricks, but that's not what this video is going to be about. Again, this is just going to be another demo video, and specifically I want to touch on how to use Tabletop Simulator for role-playing games, because I know most of you guys out there would, are interested in that application, and I had some comments and people message me and email me and all kinds of stuff last night after I posted that video telling me that, you could indeed use this for role-playing games, and yes, I know you can. I have. It works great for role-playing games. I just want to say, I said in the video last night it's a little finicky or clunky for role-playing games, and that's actually not true at all. This works great for role-playing games. It works just as well as any other virtual tabletop, if not better. It has a lot more interesting capabilities that other virtual tabletops do not. It also has some stuff that some of the VTTs, it's missing some things that some of the VTTs have. So it's kind of a trade-off. But I will say, for one, there is no subscription fee. I want to state this outright, and this is a big seller for me with Tabletop Simulator, is there is zero subscription fee for Tabletop Simulator. You pay for it once. I think it's $20 on Steam. Don't quote me on that. I bought this quite a few years ago, so I don't remember what it's running or what it was running then. It might be cheaper now. I don't know, but I think when I paid for it, it was $20, which is incredibly cheap for all you get out of this software for sure. So you pay $20 once, and you've got Tabletop Simulator, and it might be more expensive, less. I really can't remember, but regardless, even if it's $40 or $50, still, you pay for it once, and that's it. There's no subscription or anything else like that. I also want to mention all the stuff I was showing off yesterday was free. That was all user-created content that's available in the Steam Workshop or stuff I created. And, I gave you an example how to import things in Tabletop Simulator, and it's really easy to do for the most part. So it's really easy to import all the different things you want to do. So without further ado, let's just take a quick look and demonstrate what you can do for role-playing games. And there's a lot more possibilities than what I'm going to show you here. I'm just going to show you a little bit. So here we go. So I opened up a user-created table here for AD&D 2nd Edition. And basically what this really is for is just playing AD&D 2nd Edition. It has all the books. It has character sheets. I think it's got all the core books. Yeah, so it's got the Monster Manual, Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, and character sheets, which I'm not sure if these character sheets are editable. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Oh, they are. So that's pretty cool. So I was telling you last night you can make editable character sheets, and this is one of them. So I can write in this. So I'll make, Zorano, the Elven Fighter, which is an old character of mine. And so, you can fill in all your stuff and your stats and everything and, whatever. So that's really cool. And of course, this is the old school, like 2nd edition character sheet. And it's got all the stuff on here. And then of course it'll save itself when you save the game, when you save the room. It'll should save all the sheets and everything as well. It's got a fighter screen here, more character sheets, little reference here for Okay, so this is like wizard stuff, his stacko and saving throws and stuff. And then this one over here is for the fighter, which is cool. And then you can see somebody put in a DM screen here, which is not hard to do. You can make your own DM screens. You can get, you know, these are just scans of the second edition DM screen, and somebody put this together. It's really, really simple to do. Down here, what do we got? We've got player character generation. There's some dice here, and somebody made these blinds here, these fog of war blinds, and essentially only the black player, whatever color this blind is, only that player will see what's here. So it really is like a real DM screen. So you can put your monsters and your stuff back here, and your players won't see it. And of course, we can add things in here. They have some miniatures here, which is cool. And these, so we can just use these for now. But, you know, I could import some monsters and stuff in here. And I'll just show you real quick. So let's take some stuff I have. D&D. No, we don't want all that. Let's look for miniatures. Fantasy monsters. There we go. And I think these particularly are just counters. So there we go. We got some monster counters, but you could have some 3D models too. You can also scale these up and down. You know, so if you want them to scale what these guys are. And there you go. So, and then they have a battle map here. And you could literally draw on the battle map. So, you know, I can draw the dungeon, whatever, and then, you know, place my guys walking through the dungeon, and all good, right? So you can do everything you can do on a tabletop, so it's really, really cool. And then I can erase this stuff, of course, you know, like I can just get rid of that. There we go. And that's, you know, this is, you know, a good little basic, you know, setup. When we got our dice, and like I was showing you last time, we can actually roll the dice, you know, and you can put dice trays in here too if you want that, or dice towers. And I'll show you that real fast. Let's see here. Here's a dice tray. And, you know, I can roll the dice in the dice tray so the physics don't kick it everywhere. There's also a lot of different types of dice rollers, like I was showing you yesterday. You know, I was showing off one yesterday. Here's one here. And it works for any type of dice. So if I put that 20-sided die there, you know, however many dice I want to roll, and it'll roll the dice for me. So there we go. And there's digital ones too that do the same thing. There's all kinds of stuff. So, you know, that's you know, like a simple setup you can do. Let me see if I can find something more elaborate for you. Let's see here. Again, all this is just, you know, user created stuff. Let's see what this one is. I don't even know what it is. Oh, okay, here we go. So, you know, this is actually like a 3D model of part of the Lost Mines of Phandelver that somebody made. And this is really not that hard to make. You just have to find the assets to do it. And in fact, you could take these assets and construct your own cave. And of course, in this one, they have actual 3D models and characters we can move around. And this is actually Fog of War, you know, so this, they won't see this stuff. Only the GM will see this stuff when players get in here. And you can, you know, select this and fool around with that. And you can create your own. You can get rid of these, do whatever you want. So if you make your own, like, dungeon, set up your own dungeon map like this pre-established, you can put these smoke screens up, these fogs of war, and then the players won't be able to see them until you remove them. And there is a way to do, like, gradual, like, removal of that, so you could have, like, you know, to simulate, like, torchlight and stuff. And of course you can change the backgrounds, and in this one they got a cool, like, dungeon background, as you can see here, and that really adds to the atmosphere. Let's look at another one. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Here's a dungeon. Let's load this one up. Another 3D dungeon. This one might be broken. Might be broken. Oh, somebody was asking me if there's a music player, and obviously I think you can hear the music in the background. There are definitely music players that you can import. And again, I'm not 100% certain how... well, let's look at this one. I know this one has a music player in it. And hopefully it's not drowning me out. But you can import these music players here. And it works basically like an iPod or whatever. And yeah, I'm not really sure. I haven't played around with these too much to remember, or even remember how they work, but you can change tracks and stuff. And I'm not sure where the music's coming from. I'm assuming it comes from the internet somewhere. I'm just not exactly sure how it works. I'm sure it's not that hard to figure out. And then we can look at, you know, my like custom setup here. This is, you know, something I made up for a game I was running, and I imported a bunch of stuff here. Again, I've got all the monsters and tiles and stuff. Yeah, these are all monsters. These are all 3D models, you know, so here's some, these heroes are, miniatures are actually animated, so they move, which is really cool. Check that out. Good stuff, right? You know, so, and again, you can scale these 3D models up and down and everything. Here I just showing off a character sheet, another type of character sheet you can add in there, which is really cool. And yeah, so needless to say, you can do plenty of stuff. Let's see if I have any other setups here. I have a Rollmaster setup. Let's look at my Dark Sun setup if I still have it here that I was using. Where's my Dark Sun setup? Here we go. Let's look at my Dark Sun setup here. Yeah, so there you go. So I was running a Dark Sun game a few years ago, and I made this setup. So that's pretty cool. So I put the Dark Sun logo in the background. Of course, it looks like I was in the process of still setting things up. But I made, you know, I made this cave here, and have, you know, all these models ready. And this was like my DM's, this was going to be my DM setup area, so I can put Fog of War here and have all my miniatures ready to go. And, you know, I've got a bunch of different miniatures here ready to go and stuff. And then I've got the map here at the tier region that I imported. You know, so the players can look at that. And of course, I could just get rid of all this. I think I just put this right on top of a battle mat. And these just came from another asset, and I just copied and pasted them and made this, you know, cave or whatever. So yeah, you know, there is tons and tons of stuff you can do with this, for sure, for role-playing games, and it's incredibly useful for role-playing games. So anyways, I'm gonna cut the video off there. Hopefully you guys see that this is definitely usable for role-playing games. It works really well. You know, obviously my preference is I prefer not to use VTTs. I prefer Theater of the Mind, but I would not mind using, you know, Tabletop Simulator again. Now, I have not, well, I take that back. I've streamed with Tabletop Simulator once, but not with cameras going, and that was not very good, but I'm sure you can get cameras going. In fact, I'm pretty sure you can get them going inside of Tabletop Simulator. So I might play around with that in the future and try to run at least one game with Tabletop Simulator just to show you guys that it is incredibly useful and just as smooth as any other VTT, even though personally I don't like using VTTs. So I hope you guys found this useful. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Y'all have a good night.